Hello, everybody, and welcome into the
Athletic and Wellness
Center.
I got you.
I almost called it the Story Arts Center here again today. We've got a great OCAA matchup on tap for you tonight with the Centennial Colts set to host the George Brown Huskies. The fifth place Colts coming in with a 3-5 record. Meanwhile, the George Brown Huskies sitting down behind them in seventh place with a 2-7 record. Both teams looking to get a new start here in the new year.
Yeah, the Colts started off the year with a loss last Saturday in Algonquin. They traveled up to Ottawa to take them on. An 84-42 loss against the league's best Algonquin Wolves. So not much to look into that game, but they come into a matchup against what you would call a lesser team, somebody lower in the standings. George Brown just took on Seneca on Friday and only lost by 5 points, 58-53. So it should be a tight game. It was a tight game last time they played up in George Brown up in November. So it should be a good game going on today.
Well, the two teams had totally different years last season. George Brown was 8-6 last year. Meanwhile, the Colts were down at 3-11. They faced off twice, with George Brown winning both of those matchups handedly. So we'll see if the tables will turn here today as we're almost set to get underway. We do have a head-to-head matchup to highlight here for you guys. Jordan Dawkins, last year's 6th Woman of the Year in the East Division. Look at those points per game, up at 14.1 now. And Michaela Simon Tucker will try to shut her down. She's got 12.0 rebounds per game. Jack, do you see anything in this matchup here?
The biggest thing is Michaela Simon Tucker has been a bully underneath the net at all points. 12 rebounds per game, second in the OCAA. Now actually has help underneath the rim with Tara Dowrich coming back onto the team. So maybe taking a little bit of weight off the shoulder of Michaela. But Jordan Dawkins has been an all-star in every year that she's played in the OCAA. Leads this George Brown team in pretty much every category she can. So it'll be an interesting matchup underneath the rim.
That about sets the stage here for you all here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. Got it imprinted in my brain now, as we'll hand it down to public address announcer Ryan Miller for starting lineups and the national anthem.
Introducing your starting lineup for the George Brown Huskies. From North York, 5'4" guard, number 2, Jacqueline Valencia. And now, introducing your starting lineup for the Centennial Colts. At 5'10", power forward, number 2, Michaela Hawkins. From Toronto, 5'8", small forward. From Scarborough, 5'5", point guard, number 4, Zane Michael. From Ajax, 5'3", point guard, and from Vaughan, Ontario, center, number 23, Michaela
Welcome back up into the broadcast booth. We're almost set for tip-off here as both teams take the court for their second game of the year for Centennial. It'll be the third game of the year for George Brown, the calendar year 2025. As we're underway, the opening tip right out of bounds by Omo Okaji. Brought over half by Zane Michael. She throws it over to Michaela Hawkins. Back to Hawkins, playing some catch with Zane Michael. It's turned over and back the other way for the Huskies. Thrown into the paint there by Jacelyn Valencia, but it goes quickly back the other way for Hawkins. Missed layup and recovered by George Brown. Jordan Dawkins with it. We highlighted her off the top of the broadcast. She kicks it down for a big three-pointer, and that's Jacelyn Valencia knocking one down and one to get things started here.
A quick and early start from both teams. The Colts turning the ball over, something that's been a huge, huge problem for them all season. Coming back the other way, you really gotta, I guess, pounce on the opportunity that Michaela Hawkins had there and underneath the rim to get the layup, but as Valencia converts that 4 point.
Yeah, Colts currently sitting at 9th in the league and with 20 turnovers per game. They're going to look to work on that here as we work towards playoffs in the OCAA. Colts still a chance to climb their way up the ladder as we progress. Nothing doing for the Colts on offense there. Some stout defense coming in from the Huskies. And it'll be Jordan Dawkins to set something up. Quick passing play down. That's Effie Mae Aben finishing off a quick set there. Nice job by the Huskies for a quick 6-0 lead. Zane Michael throws it over to Aliana Dominguez, directs some traffic, and then heaves it out of bounds. Another turnover for the Colts, and that'll draw a timeout call from Coach George Thomas, his first year with the program.
Just kind of a slow start for the Colts so far. 3 early turnovers, like we mentioned, something they've got to fix up. And on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, they're 13th in the league in points per game. Doesn't say anything to the George Brown Huskies, who are 14th in points per game, right? So it should be a close game but you do have to capitalize on the offensive side of the court, which the Colts have not done here in the first minute and a half.
Looks like Tara Dowrich will be on the floor. We've seen her a bit here tonight. It'll be her second game back with the team. She did not play the first semester, but she did end the year off with the Colts last year. She's back and on the floor. A good sign here for the Colts.
It's a welcome addition back for the Colts. Of course, we know they lost Yanalisa Strano, but bringing in Tara Dowrich, somebody who was an all-star in her time here with Centennial, bringing her in to be able to just kind of take the load off of Michaela Simon Tucker underneath the rim is something really, really big. I know she's dealing with a little bit of an illness, so who knows how long she's going to be playing in the game today. She's not on the floor. She's on the bench wearing a mask.
Tricked me out there.
So
She took a seat back down after the timeout. So no Tara Dowrich yet, but we'll keep an eye on that development to see if she does check in. Here we go. Huskies on offense into the paint for Omo Okaji, but called on the travel. The second-year forward out of Toronto, standing in there at 6'2", trying to get that one to the rim, but takes a step too much. Pressure on Aliana Dominguez, finds Danae Michael, pressured on her as well. Colts able to survive and hand it off to Danica Walker. Walker finds Dominguez for the open look, off the rim, just not quite enough weight. But a nice rebound there from Walker, but unable to come up with the possession. Here's Jordan Dawkins. We mentioned last year's sixth woman of the East Division. Another assist for her on a three-pointer early on as JC Lynn Valencia's got the hot hand, putting the Colts down big here to start. Danae Michael with a quick drive floater off the backboard and in for a timely response. Take a look at that replay there. Nice precision.
It's the high percentage shots they got to take advantage of. The three-point line hasn't worked for them this year. Take a step in and make an easier shot.
Yeah, you said it, Jack. That's going to be a big part of the offense here as Michael looks for the three and knocks it down. She says, I don't want to hear your high percentage shots, as that was wide open. So that was a pretty nice look there from Michael.
I do it, whether it's volleyball or basketball, I'll do it. Commentators curse no matter what.
It never fails here in the Colts booth as Dawkins tries to drive again, but this time nothing there. Michael quickly back the other way. A lot of Centennial's offense is driven through Michael as Dominguez, deep shot there, no good, and Huskies will take possession. So we got a substitution on the George Brown side as we look at our Centennial Colts starting lineup for today's game. Still out there on the floor, we've got Michaela Simon Tucker, like we said, leading the Colts in offense this season. We've also got Michaela Hawkins, Danica Walker, Zanae Michael, and Aliana Dominguez on the floor, still here to start out. Dominguez trying to get over half here, finds Walker, but she steps out of bounds, and another costly turnover just as the Colts were looking to get back in it.
I believe that was an 8-second violation. The Huskies have been full court pressing, as is a regular in the OCAA. Everybody full court presses, and it put the Colts into a little bit of trouble. An 8-second violation is going to give the ball back to the Huskies.
Even worse than the pressure out of bounds, so the 8-second violation coming in. Got to get over half quickly as that shot doesn't even come up with glass.
It might have been tipped. This is going to be a Husky ball. It might have been blocked out of the hands of Valencia.
Yeah, another Simon Tucker block coming in around the glass, so good work there. Good defense there by Simon Tucker. Somehow the shot gets off. No good. No touch from Dominguez. And Colts will take over. So Walker finds Dominguez right back to Walker. Tara Dowrich on the floor, checked in. Right there in the middle, number 7. Dominguez lets one fire, misses short. And Aban will let that roll out of bounds. 9-5 as we work our way through the first quarter here at the AWC in this OCAA women's basketball action. George Brown Huskies in 7th place taking on the 5th place Centennial Colts as they jostle for it on the floor. Possession arrow for the Huskies. Dawkins guarded by Walker, and that ends up out of bounds off the hands of Simon Tucker. On the floor for the Colts, Simon Tucker, Michael, Dowrich, Dominguez, and Walker. Colts will take over.
I believe that was an offensive foul. I didn't catch who it was on. Probably that streaker to the basket. Just didn't catch a number, just pushing off to make a little space, and obviously got caught, turning the ball over.
No announcement coming in yet, so not sure what's coming down there, but I think you're 100% correct on that.
Yeah, I would like to say we're going to get an announcement, but I believe our microphone died down there for our game day announcer Ryan Miller, so we're working on it. We're not going to get a whole lot of announcements so far.
We'll be working through that as we go on here throughout the night, and there'll be no problems as that shot misses off the rim and rebounded quickly back the other way by a freshly checked in Jordan Prendergast. Whistle coming here.
There's a foul on Dominguez.
That'll send Prendergast for the inbound. As Michael reached in, trying to draw her out of bounds. Michael quickly back the other way, trying to get in through. The vicious drive, puts it up, and is fouled and will shoot 2. So Michael was a member of last year's all-rookie team in the Eastern Division, looking to build off her great start to her career in Centennial this year.
After that free throw, we had a substitution for the Huskies. Coming in was number 8, Emma Nocella. I believe checking off the floor was Jordan Prendergast.
Michael hits the second one, a 62.1% shooter on the year. Quickly back the other way, Dawkins with it. Good defense there by Walker. And the Colts will take over, just down 3 now. We've seen about 3 minutes now without the Huskies registering a point.
Yeah, an early timeout from Coach Thomas there.
Really
gave a little momentum to the Colts.
Yeah, big momentum swing as they found themselves down big early, and it's now 9-8. As beautiful work there by Simon Tucker, puts it up and home. Another strong finish coming in from 23. There's Valencia trying to get it to the hoop. No luck, but somehow Pope Jackson able to come with it. Big drive there, no good. That was Prendergast again trying to get to the hoop. Big pass for Dominguez, almost out of reach, but she hauls it in for the big three-pointer from Walker, just a little wide. Good look there. For Danica Walker, as Michael tries to get it to Simon Tucker, and it's tipped by the freshly checked in Emma Nocella, so we'll try it again. Walker gets it back to Michael, and it goes. Boy, the Colts are going to hope they fall like that for them all night. Take a look at that rebounder. Somehow comes down. And just like that, Colts in front, 11-9, as that one misses. I believe that was a three-pointer from Prendergast. That one no good as well from Valencia. The hot hand cooling off a little bit. And just like that, Colts back the other way. It's Walker swatted away, but Colts will retain possession. Take a look at the replay here. Just looks like it was almost booted out. Michael will find Aliana Dominguez, but she's unable to handle the pass, and it'll trickle out of bounds for the Huskies to take over. Costly turnover there.
Substitution for the Huskies. Prendergast is out. I believe coming back into the game is number 24, Effie May Aban.
Effie May, a third year with the Huskies. They have 2 fourth years, Kiana Granger and JC Lynn Valencia, the veterans on the Huskies. Meanwhile, the lone 4th year on the Colts, we've mentioned her quite a bit tonight on the broadcast, Michaela Simon Tucker. High pass for Dominguez, just handled, and the Colts are able to get it over. We've seen crazy pressure from George Brown fluster the Colts all evening, trying to get the ball over half. And another one results in a turnover.
Okay, well, Hawkins going to check back into the game. Just giving Aliana Dominguez a little rest early on. The Colts have so much confidence going on right now. Still turning the ball over, something they got to change, but a little bit more confidence, a little bit more pressure, forcing turnovers as you just saw from the Huskies.
Absolutely. A much better second half to this first quarter for Centennial. Walker leads the Colts in minutes as she's still out there on the floor. Michael not far behind her. And that one is good. Take a look at that nail shot coming in from the freshly rechecked Michaela Hawkins. And the Colts putting a little bit of a run together here. Finally an answer from the Huskies as that layup from Emma Nosella goes down.
First basket in 6 minutes for the Huskies.
It's been a long time. I believe it was a 14-0 run for the Colts. And another mistake coming here as that one floats out of play. And Jordan Dawkins, a 30% three-point shooter. We've seen her dish them off tonight, but look for her to take one. And just as I say it, as she puts it off the rim, rebounded quickly back the other way by Walker. Heavy defense, and it will be Colts ball after the touch comes in at a bounce. Here's another three-pointer attempt. That one just a little too much mustard on it. And quickly back the Huskies go. Dawkins gets called for the travel. The second time we've seen that in the offensive zone, and that'll force a timeout from head coach Ian Morse of the Huskies. So we'll take a quick breather up here in the booth, and when we come back, we'll have the rest of the first quarter here at the AWC. Welcome back into the booth here. Zach Phillips alongside Jack Middleton and Zane Michael to check it in the defensive zone, defensive end rather. Quick pitch and catch there, and the Colts have found a counter for now to get out of that trap, as a good play there just isn't able to be finished off by Simon Tucker. A little bit of bad rim luck there. That's a promising look for the Colts fans at home, as they had been trapped in that defensive end, but that was a clean exit. As oof, that one is buried from the corner. That three-pointer will bring us back 14-14. Valencia again. Here's a response from Hawkins. Oh, just off the rim. And the Huskies will regain. Dawkins quickly. Quick shoot, quick pull-up shot there. I believe just a two-pointer, doesn't go. And it's rebounded quickly back the other way. It's Dowrich. Finds it, trying to find a streaking Hawkins, just tipped out of reach and out of bounds. Michael misreads the cut from Walker, and a quick, fast break the other way is finished off by Pope Jackson. That puts the Huskies back out in front after a big run from the Colts. As time winds down here, they got to pull one up. She gets it off in time. No good. Another shot there by Walker. Just misses. And a pretty quick paced finish here to the end of the first quarter leaves us with a 16-14 Huskies lead.
I mean, what is there to say about that first quarter, to be honest with you? Back and forth effort. Colts go on a 14-0 run after giving up 9 straight to start the quarter. The Huskies call a timeout, come right back the other way. I mean, the biggest thing to point out is turnovers on both sides of the floor. I mean, both teams have not been very good on the offensive side of the floor. There's been 18 turnovers so far in this game.
9 turnovers apiece is not winning basketball, so they'll look to clean that up for the second quarter, as both teams will come back out onto the floor looking to pick up their first win in 2 games. It'll be 3 games for George Brown. As we mentioned off the top of the broadcast, the Colts are trying to fill the hole of Yanelis Estrano. She is no longer with the program this semester.
We wish her luck. We have no idea what happened. Obviously, there's changes in school all the time in OCAA.
We see it every semester in OCAA. There's lots of turnover in rosters, and coaches have to deal with that. So George Thomas has a hole to fill on his roster. Yeah, but the plug-in, like you said, of Tara Dowrich is going to be crucial.
Yeah, Yanelis was so key. It was a leader on this team. I mean, I believe a 3rd year in the OCAA, coming over and trying to lead a program back to where it needs to be. And Yanelis really did do that for the Colts, turning the reins over to the likes of Michaela Simon Tucker and Zane Michael, and I guess Tara Dowrich as well. So hopefully the Colts can bring it up. They got the right coach behind them with George Thomas. So
you nailed it there. George Thomas has already coached them to as many wins as they picked up last year. The roster additions have definitely helped him, but he has started to turn this Colts program into a winning basketball team, as we are ready to get started here with Jordan Dawkins to check it in. Valencia knocking them down here to start, trying to find some open floor, ends up dishing it off. Some quick passing there, ends up in the hands of Jordan Dawkins, and we mentioned her 30% three-point shooting. There's a mouthful for you, and she knocks one down.
That's somebody you don't want to get hot as for the Colts. That you do not want Jordan Dawkins to get hot. Valencia's been hot already, 3 for 5 from three-point territories. You cannot let Jordan Dawkins go as well.
If both Valencia and Dawkins are hitting them from range, it's going to be a long night for Colts fans, as that one will be quickly turned back up the floor. So now the Huskies on a little bit of a run as we see this momentum sway back and forth like a pendulum as Dawkins quickly back the other way. She takes the drive to the rim, just can't get it. She saw the one-on-one matchup, decided to take it, just unable to finish it off as that floats out to Valencia. Cooling off a little bit, puts that one off the rim. And we've got ourselves a early substitution here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Kiana Granger coming back into the game for the Huskies. I believe exiting the game. She's got a lot of hair. I can't figure out her number. There it is. It's Kanique Pope-Jackson taking a seat for the Huskies.
Dominguez finds Simon Tucker in the paint, who kicks it right back out to Michael. Shot just off the rim. They'll jostle for it. Whistle comes on. And the possession arrow this time going the way of the Colts, who will catch a little bit of a break there as that one ended up in the hands of Jordan Dawkins the other way. Michael calls the play, trying to get some open. Finds Walker, who gives it right back to Michael. Opts for the shot off the rim. Rebounded quickly by the Huskies, but it's picked off on the headman pass. It was Hawkins. Finds Aliana Dominguez for the three. Take a look at that shot there coming in. Nice touch there from Dominguez. Just like that, Colts back in it. Dawkins with the drive. Doesn't get it to fall. Looking for the three-point play. But she'll go and shoot two. Jordan Dawkins averages 37 minutes per game for this George Brown roster. An egregious amount of time on the floor for the OCAA. She's a 63.6% free throw shooter. Showing it off there. Quick substitution coming in for the Colts. And Hawkins finds Dominguez. And the Colts will try to get it over half. Good work there by Centennial to avoid the pressure. Good job out of the Colts here in the second quarter and late in the first quarter adapting. It was looking like it was going to be a long night for them to get the ball over half, but they've done an excellent job since the opening of the game. As that one floated in by Kiana Granger back on the floor. Granger, one of those fourth years we mentioned. So Colts will look to set up here now. Just 12 seconds on the shot clock. Dominguez tries to get it up and over to Simon Tucker. Nice passing play. Finds Dowrich in the paint, but nothing goes. Shot clock resets for the wide open look. Nothing doing. Rebounded there by the Huskies.
Colts look to have found a little soft spot in the zone that the Huskies are playing. On the left wing, they seem to be getting wide open looks consistently.
We've seen that shot come in a couple times now from Centennial. Just got to start knocking the wide open ones down. Take advantage of these mistakes. It'll be George Brown inbound here. Dawkins will try to set something up. Big play there, and quickly back the other way. It's Simon Tucker. Opts for the pass. Michael can't get it to go. Fighting for at the net is Simon Tucker. And what a play there. 1 on 3, excuse me. Valencia was a little back further. But that is a heck of an effort from Simon Tucker to finish that one off.
Simon Tucker probably had a layup on the first drive before she gave up the ball to Zane Michael, but able to get that rebound and put it back up.
Yeah, Coach Thomas definitely would have loved to see her just finish that one off herself, but able to get it done in the end as the Colts regain. No points coming in for the Huskies. 4-point game. As we tick down here in the second quarter. Another nice touch in the paint from Michaela Simon Tucker. And let's take another look at that one. Up and over, a beautiful floater. Simon Tucker now up to 6 points on the night. That three-pointer way long from Dawkins. Rebounded by Walker. Quickly the other way. Excuse me, that was Hawkins with the rebound. Dowrich taking over from Simon Tucker in the paint with a nice floater of her own. Off the glass and in.
I think that's where the Colts need to go. Start getting into the paint, into the post, and let those two big bodies of Simon Tucker and Tara Dowrich to dominate down there.
It hasn't been stopped once yet, so keep going back to it as we are tied up here now. Big stop coming in from Centennial, and they'll head back the other way, looking to take the lead back. Hawkins for Michael. Back for Hawkins. Simon Tucker at the top. Down for Dowrich, but good D coming in there from Effie Mae Aben. The turnover right back the other way, and Zane Michael adds to her team high 9 points, now up to 11, forcing a timeout from George Brown.
That was a good pushback from the Colts. That's really all you can say. Now a 2-point lead from the Colts. You've seen scoring from everywhere. Leading the way is Zane Michael, with 11 points so far. Simon Tucker and Dowrich starting to get involved. That's how the Colts need to play if they're looking to start a win streak.
Yeah, Centennial will look to come back out as the momentum starts to swing back in their direction. Simon Tucker coming into the night, averaging 29.6 minutes per game. She's been on the floor quite a bit. We'll see if she checks out for a break potentially here, but I doubt it. She's been a dominant force on the floor.
Not really somebody that comes off the floor.
Much similar to Dawkins, like we were saying, almost up to 40 minutes per game. As Simon Tucker is coming back out, but we do have some substitutions to work through.
For the Colts, I believe the only substitution coming into the game is Jessica Jones, I believe, into the game. The Huskies have a whole whack of substitutions coming in. I believe that's Maylin De La Paz is into the game. Back into the game is Prendergast as well. So a little bit of the bench coming out for the Huskies and a quick turnover.
Quick turnover back the other way. It is Hawkins. Pulls up the long range two. Doesn't go, but it's rebounded in the paint by Walker. That one's good. The last the last 8 of the Colts points have all come from that exact same spot on the floor. And they need to keep going back to it, it looks like. As that'll be George Brown ball. No, it'll be Colts ball after the tip out of bounds.
I believe Kanike Pope Jackson back into the game for the Huskies. So quick substitution for the Huskies.
On the floor for the Huskies is Valencia, De La Paz, Nocella, Prendergast, and Kapanga. Rebound taken the other way quickly. That's Prendergast. Nothing doing down at that end either. Here's Hawkins. Finds newly checked in Jones, just able to keep it in. Nice play, but it ends up in the hands of the Huskies. There's Pope Jackson with it, and that pass is tipped out of bounds by Hawkins. Hawkins using that 5'10" reach. Get a hand on that one. Quickly inbounded here. Valencia finds their teammate over on the wing, and that's Pope Jackson knocking it down. Waiting to find out the official scoring on that one. I believe it was just a 2-pointer. And that's quickly returned the other direction, and then 2 more added quickly for the Huskies. Back in front. Heavy press again. This time, Colts work through it. Again, it's Hawkins and Walker playing catch. Jessica Jones puts one up and knocks it down fresh into the game. How are you, Jessica Jones? Big look on the replay there. Just a 2-pointer coming in. Foot was on the line. Quickly the other way now for the Huskies. Good defense from Simon Tucker to get a hand on it. Forces a tough shot. And Jones with the rebound. Hawkins and Walker play catch with some time. 10 on the shot clock. Dominguez finds Simon Tucker. Back to Dominguez for the open three. Good.
That exact same wing spot every single time.
She has knocked many shots down there from there this season. She loves to sit there and go back to that spot. Effective as ever, Aliana Dominguez.
We got substitutions for the Colts. They named Michael in for Danica Walker. Jordan Dawkins checking back in for the Huskies as well. As I believe that was Jordan Prendergast that was down on the floor a little bit. She's limping away to the bench. She's looks to be all right. She's going to get a little checkup from the athletic therapist for the Huskies, but get the ball back in play.
Yeah, quick change up there from the Huskies as that one ends up in 2 shots coming in for Kapanga. So Jones picks up the foul, her first personal. I had to go look it up. Aliana Dominguez averages the most threes on this game by not as large as a margin as you would think. It is only 1.5 more threes than Zane Michael per game, but it is up around 6.4%. So she likes to let them fly.
And capitalizing today. That's the biggest thing.
The big part is knocking them down. You're correct on that one. She's done well at that here this evening. Is good defense coming in from the Colts. Picks up the ball. Is Michael back the other way. Finds Hawkins.
Salazar on this far wing. We didn't see her check in, but Jasmine Salazar, first time on the court.
She snuck in right at the end of that last substitution when we saw Prendergast go over as Valencia fast break the other way. No good. Misses the wide open breakaway layup. Heavy pressure on Michael trying to get it over. Nice little handle there to break free. Finds Hawkins into the paint for Simon Tucker. Trying to get it to Jones. Tipped away. Good defense there from George Brown. Driving in the paint is Aban. And she's going to shoot 2 as Jones picks up her second personal and will check back out for Tara Dowrich. So it was not shots, actually. It will just come in as a check-in as they work it around to Valencia. Kicked all the way over to Pope Jackson. Shot clock winding down. Valencia heaves one up and drills it down in the face of the shot clock, putting the George Brown Huskies right back in this one. Salazar, heavy fight there for the ball, ends up going George Brown's way. They'll quickly headman it. Valencia back with it now. Over to Dawkins for 3 off the rim. Out of bounds. Colts will take over on the baseline. Quick back and forth here to end the second quarter.
33 seconds to go. Substitution for the Colts. Danica Walker back into the game. And the first time we see Jade Solomon coming into the game for the Colts.
They do get it over half. Michael. Over to Walker. She puts one up from deep 2-point range, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Colts come away with it. That's Hawkins, puts one up. It's good. Take a look at that replay. If you quite can't tell from that angle, she was behind the backboard and brought that out and around. Excellent shot there. Perfectly executed. And we'll go into halftime with the Colts up 3 points.
Yeah, 34-31 lead for the Colts heading into the half. It was a good half for the Colts. If you're looking at the numbers head to head, there is nothing that was really different. Both teams shooting around 37%. From 3-point, also around 37%. The biggest thing is George Brown's making free throws. They've been to the free throw line now 5 times, making 4 of them. Where the Colts have only drawn fouls once. They've only been to the free throw line once.
That is very, very hard to believe in this game, as we've seen a lot of paint action at both ends of the floor. Very, very strange that the Colts have just gotten there once. That's something they're going to want to try to do more when they come back out for the second half. Leading the way for the Huskies is Valencia, 4 for 7 from 3-point range, 13 points for her team high. Zane Michael, 2 for 4 from 3-point with 11 points. She's well in front for the Colts team high. So when we come back, we'll have the second half for you. Centennial takes a 20-15 second quarter and a 34-31 lead into the second half. We'll be right back with you here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. We are back underway here in the second half of this OCAA matchup between the George Brown Huskies and the Centennial Colts. You hear the crowd trying to get into it here to get things back into life. As that shot from the hot hand in the first half, Valencia comes in. No good. Quickly back the other way for the Colts. Quick trade off there with Hawkins and Michael.
Thought maybe we'd see a change of defensive structure for the Huskies, but right back to the 2-3 zone.
Right back to the 2-3 zone. You are right on her. And they take advantage of it out of the halftime. Look at that wide open look from Zane Michael. Drills it down. She's on a team high 14 now to get things going here. 6-point lead for the Colts. Here's the Huskies star, Jordan Dawkins. She spits it off to Effie May Abin, who drives it, gets it rejected by the backboard underneath, and Michael will take it back the other way. Met at the line before a shot by Valencia. They'll kick it down to Dominguez. That one squirts out. Rebounded by Walker, and it's good. Great job there in the paint by Walker to secure the rebound, get the body position, and finish off the basket. Excellent execution. So Jordan Dawkins will try to get things going here. She finds Granger, tried to get that one up. She's called, draws the foul, excuse me. Danica Walker picks up her second personal foul. Sending Granger to the line. A 36.4% free throw shooter. Gets that one to fall. Michael will pick it up. Finds Walker. Heavily pressured again, and the 8-second for the second time here tonight comes in.
Yeah, the Colts just couldn't get anybody to the middle of the court, which is exactly where you need to go to break that full court press. So maybe look to Simon Tucker to push into the middle of the court. It's the second time we've seen an 8-second violation, right? They
seem to have had an answer after some early struggles, but now here early in the third quarter, pick up an 8-second vi as the shot clock's winding down for the Huskies and they're not able to get anything going. Abba loses control of it, and Zane Michael takes it back the other way quickly. Walker puts one up, no good. Rebounded there by Granger. Dawkins again with it. Simon Tucker on the back check. She swats that one away. Nice finish from Zane Michael, started by Simon Tucker at the other end. The defense chants rain out here again as that stop comes in, and that shot's no good. Rebounded by Hawkins, who looked to take advantage of some weak defense but can't finish it off. They were nowhere near set in their positions, but fight on for the floor. No whistle. Dominguez comes away with it quickly. She's got Michael, finds her, and finishes it off. Zane Michael is on a heater here this evening. Abba with it, finds Valencia. Dawkins opts for the shot. That one's off the top of the backboard and rebounded way out there by Walker. Michael looking to set up a play here. 9 seconds on the clock. Dominguez gets it at the very top. Opts for the shot in traffic. No good, but rebounded for Simon Tucker. Nice work there, trying to get up and around. It's Walker, and she's called. She draws the foul and will head to the line. So we mentioned right before the half, the Colts had only taken 2 free throws the entire evening. This will be free throws 3 and 4 with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Not able to knock that one down. Misses both, and it's rebounded by Dawkins. Quick headman all the way up for Pope Jackson. Finds Granger in the paint almost. Back to Pope Jackson. A nice feed in motion to Dawkins, who takes it on the drive and is fouled on the way up to the glass. Simon Tucker, a little too much contact on the way up. Just a quick conversation with the official to see what maybe she could do differently next time. So Dawkins to shoot. 63.6 clip from the free throw line on the season. As quietly the Colts are building a lead here. That one's no good. Simon Tucker with the rebound. And Zane Michael will try and set something up. Motions Dominguez all the way to the other side of the floor. Simon Tucker at the top. Nice passing right there for Walker. Great play here. Watch them work the ball around the floor on the replay. Great execution, and that'll force a timeout from Ian Morse's Huskies. And just like that, it's an 11-point lead for the Colts.
The Colts are starting off the second half as good as they possibly can. They're shooting very well from the field, getting to the free throw line finally, and forcing the Huskies to get the ball out of the hands of Jordan Dawkins and Jacelyn Valencia. That's everything you need to do to beat a team like the George Brown Huskies. Make sure that their 2 best players aren't near the ball, keep the ball out of their hands, play some offense, exactly what they're doing in the second half.
You nailed it, Jack. They're starting to pull away a little bit in field goal percentage, now up to 41% on this 11-3 run to start the third quarter. Up next for the Colts, they'll hit the road for 2. They're going to St. Lawrence on Saturday, and they'll head to Durham on Tuesday. Meanwhile, for George Brown, they'll also be hitting the road as we are back underway here in the third quarter. George Brown is heading to Loyalist to take on the Lancers, and then they'll go to St. Lawrence as well for an Eastern Division clash there as well, as that pass from Prendergast way out of bounds, but it was tipped, so Huskies will take over. Great D there by Simon Tucker on the inbound, and Hawkins, will feed it to Walker. Nothing there but a whistle coming down, and I believe it's going to be Colts ball. So the third team foul comes in for the Huskies. Pendergrast picking up that one. From Michael to inbound it all the way to the top to Simon Tucker.
Mr. Miller made a little mistake there. That's only the second team foul, 2 on each side. But
so we are only on our second team foul here, as that one off the board. Rebounded, though, by Simon Tucker. Not able to finish it off. And Dawkins takes it back the other way. Working the perimeter. Valencia all the way down. They try to swoop the baseline. It was De La Paz, I believe. Yes. Malin De La Paz checked on the floor for the Huskies. Heavy pressure again. Dominguez fights through it, finds Walker. Dominguez swings it to Michael. Back up top to Dominguez. 7 to shoot. Michael with it. Opts for the shot. Just off the rim, no good. Rebounded. It's Jordan Dawkins. Still an 11-point game as that shot is washed away. So we won't have any free throws, but we will have a foul coming in on the Colts. So Valencia will try to inbound here from the baseline. Nice pass to Dawkins up top. Kicks it off to Pope Jackson. De La Paz with it, trying to get it up, no good. Simon Tucker, another rebound. Here comes Walker with it. On the floor for the Colts is Hawkins, Walker, Michael, Dominguez, and Simon Tucker, your starting 5. Meanwhile, for the Huskies, it's Valencia, De La Paz, Nocella, Pope Jackson, and Jordan Dawkins. Heavy pressure there by Walker. Excellent effort. She's going to take it right to the rim and is fouled on the way up. Great play there coming in by Danica Walker. So she'll hit the line after Jordan Dawkins is forced into a foul after the turnover. Danica Walker leading the team in minutes and leading the team in free throw percentage among qualified shooters, up at 73.7%. Tara Dowrich is hitting a 75% clip, but she's only played in the 2 games so far this season. So now up to 12 points as Valencia, the hot hand from the first half, comes over with it. That one up, and another foul coming in. This time it will be shots. And it'll be De La Paz to hit the line. De La Paz averaging just 1 free throw per game, shooting 33.3% on the limited attempts. Misses the second one, and it's taken quickly back up by Michael. Finds Hawkins, back to Michael. Dominguez wide open. Gives it to Tucker. Great ball movement, just unable to find Walker in the paint, but that's what's been working for Centennial that has built this lead, and you like to see them going right back to it.
And the Huskies are kind of forcing it into the paint now. A lot more pressure coming beyond the arc for the Huskies, as you see there in the corner, forcing the ball into the paint, which probably isn't a recipe for success.
No, especially with the big Michaela Simon Tucker in there, as we highlighted so many times, how dominant she is in the paint. As that shot comes in time on the shot clock, but no good. Still with the ball is the Colts, but that one just out of the reach is Michael. And she's frustrated with herself. She knows she should have had that, but a tough play in quick transition. So Hawkins will check out for a quick breather. Dowrich back on the floor. Michael working the top, as we've seen all game and all season. Puts that one up just a little too much gas. Good rebound by Dowrich. That shot off mark. And the Huskies will recover. Still in this one. Just an 11-point game, but it has not been the third quarter the Huskies have hoped for, as Dawkins looked for a foul there. She thought her hands were hit, but no whistle coming in. Colts play catch at the top. 8 seconds on the clock. Someone's going to have to pull it. And they are going to get called on the travel, I believe, for Walker. Or, excuse me, Dominguez.
I believe that might have actually just been a 3-second violation.
In the paint, yeah.
Playing too much with the ball. If anybody doesn't know, you cannot have the ball in your hands without dribbling for more than 3 seconds with somebody pressuring you, which is what happened to Aliana Dominguez.
That's a rare one right there, as she didn't get the dribbles off in time. Haven't seen that one in a long time.
It doesn't happen too often. A lot of people dribble out of pressure. The Colts just wouldn't do it on that possession.
Had the opportunity to finish off the play, but the whistle comes with 3 seconds left on the clock. Probably wouldn't have got a shot off anyway, as that one just doesn't fall for Simon Tucker. Still an 11-point game. It has been just 1 point aside for the last several minutes.
That foul goes on Danica Walker. That's going to be her third personal foul, forcing Coach Thomas to take her off the floor, take a little seat so she's available in that fourth quarter. The Huskies bring a couple new players onto the floor. Omo Okoji onto the floor, as well as Ketsia Kapanga back onto the floor.
It has now been over 5 minutes since we saw a 2-point basket made in the game. Just trading odd free throws for the last few possessions, as we're now under a minute left in the third quarter. Good defense, but the whistle comes in. Centennial's bench can't believe it.
A lot of O's coming from over here. It looked clean from up where we're looking. Maybe just didn't go straight up on that block. Unfortunate for Michaela Hawkins.
It was Omo Okoji battling there. Knocks that one down. She's shooting 50% on the year, as Centennial picks it up and will try to pick up some of these points back. Good ball movement there, but we do have the turnover coming in on the whistle.
On the drive, Hawkins just dropped that right foot back and barely touched out of bounds.
Couldn't tell if it was on a double or out of bounds, but it was out of bounds, so eyes like a hawk here in the booth, Jack Middleton. As a big three-pointer comes in there, Jordan Dawkins, and the Huskies really needed that one, as this one is winding down here in the third quarter. Bad turnover, and Dawkins quickly back the other way, and quickly 5 points has the Huskies right back in it. Good job by Centennial getting through the pressure, but can't get anything going at the other end. An insane last few seconds here, under a minute, and we've seen more points in 50 seconds than we have in 5 minutes. Whistle coming in. I believe Simon Tucker getting called for the foul.
Yeah, blocking foul on Simon Tucker. Just late movement for Simon Tucker, trying to get in the way and take the charge. Colts already in the bonus anyways, so might as well take the foul and force Dawkins to try it and make the free throws.
This is the first one. Mentioned a 63.6 clip on the year, averaging almost 4 shots per game from the line. Misses both, rebounded there by Dowrich. Michael's got 12 seconds on the game clock here in this third quarter. Dominguez with it. She just opts for the shot, drills it, knocks it down, and that traditional Dominguez celly comes in, as we've seen her break it out many times here this year, right in front of that Husky bench this time. She's got to be feeling that one.
A very, very good start to the third quarter. That last 45 seconds, albeit hectic, the Colts kept it a little bit easier, I guess. They kept it in touch. 5 quick points from Jordan Dawkins, somebody, again, you don't want to get going, now up to 10 points on the game, but bringing it back with maybe cutting a little bit of that momentum down with that 3 from Dominguez.
So in that last minute of the game, we saw, I believe, 8 total points, which is more than we saw from the entire 7-minute to 2-minute mark. So a crazy turn of events here to close out this third quarter. What looked to could be the beginning of a Colts blowout has now turned into another momentum swing in the way of the Huskies.
So in that third quarter, the Colts did lead 15-10 in that third quarter, but still leading for the George Brown Huskies. 13 points for Jacelyn Valencia. Jordan Dawkins is now pushed up to 10 points. Meanwhile, for the Colts, Zane Michael with a game-high 18 points, shooting 3 for 7 from three-point. Exactly what she's supposed to do as one of the most veteran people on the Colts team.
Yeah, both Dominguez and Michael have been hitting their three-point attempts, timely three-point attempts here tonight, which is big for the Colts and a big part of that 8-point lead. Elsewhere in Colts land this weekend, we have some men's and women's volleyball action set to get underway here at the Athletic and Wellness Center Saturday and Sunday. First on Saturday, Algonquin is in town to face both the men's and the women's team. Currently, the men are in second in the East Division with an 11-2 record, looking to keep building on a great start to the year, while the women are in fifth and on an 8-5 record, looking to keep on their hot start as well.
Yeah, come on over Saturday and Sunday. We're here at the Athletic and Wellness Center. If you're unable to make it, of course, we will also be streaming this on Coltsnet Live on YouTube. You get to hear this lovely voice of myself on Saturday, all by myself. No idea who's here with me on Sunday. I'm assuming it's not you, Zach, so maybe it's Anthony. We'll see. But
I think it's going to be Anthony Santia and yourself on the call for that one, with the La Cité Coyotes coming in from Ottawa to face both the men's and women's volleyball teams on Sunday at 1 and 3. But we're back underway here. We still got two good ones on tap for you. Fourth quarter here set to get underway. Valencia quickly back the other way as the Colts' opening possession doesn't amount to anything. And Dawkins quickly drills a three-pointer, and that was massive.
Building the confidence. That's a problem for the Colts.
That is not somebody the Colts want to see getting hot here in the fourth quarter, as the 12-point lead is now down to just 5. Good drive there, met by a heavy presence at the net. Multiple George Brown Huskies in there. I believe it was Katsia Kapanga getting called on the foul in there.
Nobody really in horrible foul trouble. Of course, the Huskies only have 6 total fouls today.
I was just about to say, when you've only shot about 6 free throws, it's hard to get into foul trouble. But the Colts, on the other hand, they have sent the Huskies to the line a fair amount, but no one. It seems to be fairly spread out.
Yeah, the Huskies really only have one person in foul trouble, 3 fouls on Omo Okoji. So something to look out for there. The Colts don't have anybody at 3 fouls, so should be fine to go here in the fourth quarter and let your starters run.
Great to see, and great for George Thomas's bench as this one is getting ever closer. He will need his starters when we get down into crunch time. So the heavy pressure here, they've built that three-woman triangle, right over the center of the court, and the Colts just cannot figure it out, as every time they get over the line, they've wasted a lot of the shot clock and are able to set anything up. A great job by Ian Morse and his team's defense today.
Dominguez going to check back in for the Colts, taking off Tara Dowridge. Of course, you can't really tire her out a whole lot, dealing with a little bit of an illness.
Yeah, Coach Thomas doing a good job working her in and out of the lineup, using Hawkins and Walker effectively as well. On the floor for the Huskies is Valencia, Granger, Okoji, Dawkins, and Kapanga. Kapanga knocks both her free throws down.
Of course, this isn't the only game we got going on today, Zach. Not sure if you've mentioned that yet, but the men's game does follow this afterwards. And again, another battle of the 5 versus 7. The Centennial Colts sitting in 5th place at, I believe, they are 7-5, while the George Brown Huskies come into town at 4-7. So that game follows. Be sure to come and check us out. We're going to be right back up here about 30 minutes after this game's over.
We have 2 excellent matchups on tap here for your Thursday night shenanigans, as this one's built up to the hype. And another one still to come. 3 seconds on the clock. Dominguez is going to pull it up. Boom! Absolute nails in the face of the clock again. We've seen that twice already from Dominguez here this evening. And she picks up another 3-pointer, but a good answer by the Huskies there, as that's Kapanga back in the mix at the other end of the floor. Great job there by the Colts, getting it over. Getting it over half. Fight for it on the floor. We haven't seen the possession for quite some time, so I think it is going to go Huskies' way. All the way back in the second quarter was the last time I believe we had to go to possession. Good job there on the inbound. Valencia and Dawkins.
Good hard screen there up top. Clean one, though.
Very, very effective. She got the block set, and the charge is called. Great look on the replay here. As you can see, she got both feet set. I just wanted to make sure. I thought she was heading to the line there, but both feet set. An excellent job there from Walker. Good pass from Dominguez all the way in. Gets it right back on the cut and gets it to fall. Aliana Dominguez heating up here, taking it over for the Colts as we get ever so close. Excellent dish by Dawkins to Valencia, but she can't get that one to fall. That one, another long shot. Only a 2-pointer that time, doesn't go. And the Colts will regain. Quickly trying to get to the hoop. And that'll send Michael to the line, as the Huskies did not get their feet set in time.
That's the 4th personal on Akoji, so putting herself in a little bit of danger still with 6 to go.
Still plenty of time left here between these two clubs. Michael sitting on 18 points, still a game high. 7 from 15 from the field. Excellent game so far. Here comes Pope Jackson quickly the other way. Met by heavy Colts pressure this time. They're able to get through. And Emma Nocella trying to work it down. Gets it to Pope Jackson. Doesn't fall, but somehow still has the rebound. Valencia gets the 3-pointer, but it bounces high. And Colts will come away with the ball. Michael sets back up top. Finds a nice little bounce pass to Simon Tucker. Sets her feet, takes it to the rim. Can't get it to go. It's going to be Colts ball, as Nocella paid the price for going up to meet Simon Tucker at the rim. But it was clean on both sides. Excellent dish in for Dominguez, who is knocking him down here this afternoon. Forcing a timeout from Ian Morse's Huskies, and Aliana Dominguez is now up to 5 for 11 from 3-point range.
A little bit of sass from Dominguez. shoots the three right in front of the Huskies bench. Of course, these two teams know each other well. Most of them have played together, of course, both being from the Toronto area. So a little bit of laughs coming from both sides of the floor.
Always love to see great college competition in the OCAA, and that is what we have here for everybody tonight, a thriller with still some left to go. Crowd still in it here at the AWC. Pretty packed house for a Thursday evening. Much more on the Colts side, even though George Brown is just a quick skip up the highway. 3-pointers are the difference here as the 9-point lead for the Colts. Colts shooting 36% from beyond the arc, while George Brown just at 30. Colts now up to 10 free throws after just registering 2 in the first half. $5:50 to go here at the AWC. Dawkins to check in. Dawkins currently tied for team high 13 with Valencia. The fourth and third years respectively have shown great chemistry all night long. Quickly turned over and back the other way. That's Hawkins for Michael in the corner. Ooh, almost got it. Rebound, who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Colts ball. Just off the foot of Dawkins. Pardon me, it was off the foot of Michael, so Dawkins will check it in. Husky ball. Pope Jackson finds Kapanga. Valencia directing some traffic, trying to get a screen set. Goes the other way. Nice bounce pass to the screen. Oh, unable to finish there was Kapanga. Almost got it to fall off the glass. Dominguez gets a free trip over half. Sets something up. Quickly now, just 10 seconds on the clock. Pulls it up from deep, no good. That was Walker again. Rebounded cleanly and taken the other way, it's Valencia. Beautiful bounce pass again. This time it doesn't go. 2 quick bounce passes to Kapanga on back-to-back possessions just don't fall. And boy, the Huskies really needed those.
I believe the presence of Dominguez coming into the lane kind of forced a midi from her.
Absolutely.
A little bit harder of a shot than an open layup.
Definitely some great defensive pressure coming on the Colts. Here as we trickle down in the fourth quarter, Dawkins, 2 pressures, she's going to get called for the 8-second vi. Man, that didn't feel like 8 seconds, but it sure...
Yeah, it just kind of started when they were over in the corner.
It sure trickled its way down, didn't it?
Yeah, the Huskies just battled with each other in the corner for that ball and wasted away 5 seconds.
It was a lot. A lot of it didn't come from Colts pressure, but eventually it does get the job done. As Dominguez and Michael trade it. Hawkins, 5 on the clock. Into time, Simon Tucker puts it up just a little wide. Rebounded there by Dawkins. She's going to quickly take it the other way. Backs off. Up to the top for Granger. And it's going to be a Colts foul on Walker for getting the hands in there a little too hard. See right there in the white shirt, it's George Thomas, first-year head coach of Centennial. Looking on, trying to pick up his first win of 2025. Man, that feels weird to say. Quickly rebounded back the other way on the turnover. Dominguez finds Walker, who lays it in. Excellent execution there on the partial breakaway. Just gets out of the reach of Kapanga. Tough one coming Centennial's way as the whistle will give the Huskies the ball on the foul to Simon Tucker. I believe that will be her 4th personal. So Simon Tucker now up to 4 fouls, as well as Danica Walker. Something to keep an eye on with just 3 miles to go here. Unable to keep it in was Kapanga. Excuse me, that was Efime Aban. Just out of reach. Dominguez and Walker will take over. 11 points separate the two clubs. We've seen the Colts do this exact play multiple times. Work the top, draw them out, get it into the paint. That 2-3 zone has been exploited a couple times by the Colts, but a few adjustments being made from George Brown have just made it so they can't run away with it. George Brown started this game on a 9-0 run. The momentum swung all the way back to the Colts, who have been leading ever since. George Brown has fallen behind and made it close on multiple occasions. The largest lead was up to 12 at one point, but we now sit at 9. That shot from Tara Dowridge doesn't fall. They'll jostle in the paint. Simon Tucker looks to be all right. They'll help her up. It'll be Colts possession. Turnover on the inbound by Hawkins. Valencia takes it the other way, waits for help. Quickly swung around. Granger has it now all the way to Valencia, puts the three-pointer down. Valencia, who cooled off a little bit since the first half, absolutely drilled that one, and it's a 6-point game. So we have a whistle stop play here. I believe she either stepped out of bounds or was called for the double dribble. Another 8-second violation coming in as we get word. It's the 3rd of the game. Need a timer up here in the booth. This is not feeling like 8 seconds to us.
I've not seen this many 8-second violations in a basketball game in very long. But
battling in the paint for it. The whistle comes.
It's a little ode to the full court pressure. It's great defense from both sides of the floor. It's happened to both teams. It
has happened now to both sides 3 times to the Colts as the whistle for the foul comes in, and that'll send Okoji to the line. Okoji knocks that one down. Okoji is 3 for 3 from the line, almost 4 for 4. Whistle stops play.
From my knowledge, if that foul was on Simon Tucker, that was... I'm not sure what's going on. What we're
Simon Tucker would have picked up her 5th foul if it wasn't on her. I didn't think the foul call originally was on Simon Tucker.
It looks like they're changing it to Simon Tucker, which is going to make it be her 5th fouling out of this game. So that's what that whistle's for.
With 1:43 left, we will have the 5th foul come in. They're still talking about it with it over there. He's going to call. George Thomas is going to call a timeout here to try and set up his lineup, as well as talk it over at the scorers table to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out up here. I've also got the foul sheet going on up here, but with that first quarter with no microphone, it's tough to follow.
It was a tough pick up there, but our count up here has her sitting on 4, and that would be 5 if that's who they called the foul on.
It sounds like that's what it was. She did exit the game. Ref was just clarifying the desk has had some struggles, I guess, going down there, but
Ian Morse was also over at the desk pointing out that I believe that was the 5th.
Yeah.
So the timeout dwindling down here. George Thomas will be without his star center, Michaela Simon Tucker, to finish this one off. Up 5, fouling out here with just over a minute remaining.
I mean, you can probably understand the anger going on the Colts bench.
Absolutely.
I do obviously sit down there most of the time for basketball, being the game day announcer. And one of our jobs down there is to let both sides of the floor, who's got however many fouls to start each quarter. Maybe that wasn't communicated, or it was communicated wrong of some sort. So you can understand the frustration going on from Coach Thomas down there. Obviously in a 5-point game with 2 to go, he needs Michaela Simon Tucker on the floor.
100%, Jack. And now they'll look to do it without their star in the middle. Dominguez.
It checks in Dowrich, though, which is still good, an all-star in her right beam. So
very, very helpful that Dowrich is back. Rightfully winding that shot clock all the way down, trying to kill this one out. They do get a shot off, so it'll reset. Winding it right down again is Michael. It's at 4 again. She pulls it up. No good. Huskies get the ball back the other way, and they'll have 1:10 to collect 5 points. That one off the rim. Great defense coming in by Hawkins, and Michael will slowly trickle this one up. You would think we'd see more pressure coming in, but maybe just with the 5-point game, they're trying to hope for a 3-point attempt. I thought I would have saw the usual half-court pressure from George Brown there, but nah, let him walk over. As now with 40 seconds, they'll work it around. They get it in. No call. Great defense there from Dowrich, and Michael takes it back the other way. Just 30 seconds now. 11 seconds separating the 2 clocks.
There we go. Coach Morse for the last 10 seconds has been screaming for an intentional foul. Finally gets the attention of Jacelyn Valencia to shut the clock down.
I'm surprised it didn't come at the other end of the floor. But yes, finally getting the attention of his players. So that'll send Michael to the line to try to build this lead. Clutch shooting there. 19th point of the game. Still a game high.
Maybe something he was contemplating before screaming intentional foul, because the intentional foul does send her to the line, puts them into the bonus.
Yeah.
And gives the Colts a chance to extend that lead, maybe something he didn't want to do after seeing 2 wide open missed layups.
Michael is a very effective shooter, and it was likely that the ball was to be in her hands coming back the other way, so you would be sending at least 1 point to the line, you would think. As she does pick one up. It's a 6-point lead with 19 seconds to go. A 3-point attempt comes in, it just misses, and the Colts will pick up the rebound, and another intentional foul will come in. This time it will be Hawkins to shoot. 1 for 4 on the night. 52.9 on the season. 12 seconds to go.
And even with 12 seconds to go, that is the 5th foul on Omo Okoji. That's going to foul out the center for the Huskies, but with 12 seconds to go, it really doesn't matter.
Looking to ice it here, Hawkins. 1 more to go to make this a 7-point game. Misses both. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Centennial. So George Brown will have 9 seconds to try to work some magic. Quickly inbounded. Dawkins has it. She pulls up the 3-pointer. Oh, in and out, just barely unable to get it to fall. It wouldn't have been enough anyway, but it would have added a little thickness to the plot. A nice shot from Dawkins, but the Centennial Colts come away with their first win of 2025 and take down the George Brown Huskies for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah, it was a great game for the Centennial Colts. Slow start, but they brought it back very, very quickly. They forced the Huskies to get the ball out of the hands of their best players. They forced turnovers from a young Husky squad. They did everything they needed to do to win this game.
100%. Zane Michael and Aliana Dominguez were crucial for the Colts down the stretch, with the three-pointers falling exactly when they needed to. Dominguez knocking down 2 crucial ones there in the fourth quarter for 17 points, but it was Zane Michael with 19 points leading the way for the Colts.
So with that win, the Colts will move to 4-5 on the season, now improving ever so slightly over last season's total. Something that the reason why they brought in George Thomas. So they move to 4-5 as they head out on the road, like you mentioned. The George Brown Huskies will fall to 2-8 as they head out on the road as well.
The Colts do end up winning the turnover battle, only picking up 14 free throws on the night after only shooting 2 in the first half. So by the end of the night, it did work itself out a little bit. But at the end of the day, it was 62-56 for the Colts on the back of Zane Michael. And we can't not mention Michaela Simon Tucker's effort tonight as well. Another 10-rebound game to go along with 6 points and an assist. Ended up fouling out right at the end of the game, but it did not come into play. And another excellent effort from Michaela Simon Tucker. So we've got another great one here scheduled at, well, I'd say about 18 and a half minutes before we get to the pregame festivities here. I'll say about 15 minutes until the pregame festivities here at the AWC, where the men's team will come out and try to take down George Brown for back-to-back nights here on this wonderful Thursday. So keep it locked. We'll be right back here for more OCAA action when we return. I'm Zach Phillips alongside Jack Middleton. Our producer, Leo Solarsano, thanks you.